We're two games separated by just 3 days today in this head coach story, and they could well be season defining. We go away to Bayern Munich in a Bundesliga title decider as the two of us are running away at the top. And before that, we are currently top of the Champions League group stage, and if we can win this one, a top 8 place is all but secured. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 141 of this head coach story with me, Daniel. We are back to face Barcelona today, who are perhaps surprisingly managed by Vladimir Ivic, but it's probably not the most important of these two matches. In 3 days, we face Bayern Munich in what looks like a title decider already. 3 points separate the two giants at the top. Bayern have won it 4 years in a row, and I can't lie to you here, having made up the goal difference ground, I am contemplating maybe resting people tonight. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you're looking forward to it, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Hopefully we've got many more successes to come, and it would be great to win a domestic league title, a major league title, before we finish this save, because despite all our other successes, our last league title was the National League with Bromley. Let's go and get into it and see how we get on. Via the schedule for the couple of games off camera, which could have been very different in truth. In the first half against Paderborn last time out, we were 0-0. We'd not created a great deal. After we scored the first, which was a good goal from Olazola, I decided to bring on a few of the senior players to get the job done. I had rotated fully ahead of this week. Most of the lads were just out on a limb after the 2 games we saw last time in Leipzig. And against Paderborn, we gave a few of them half an hour. On came Canales, Mugnai got a goal as well. In the end, it was a comfortable win. Prior to that, we won 5-2 away at Leipzig, but again, there's far more to this than meets the eye. You can see we went 2-0 up early doors via Canales. We were pegged back in a crazy 2 minutes by Leipzig, as again, we maybe just left changes too late. But then we managed to fire back with aggressive changes. Olazola got one off the bench, Canales got another 2, and we're looking in real great shape. I should mention as well Joseph Taylor at Wolfsburg, now the 4th highest scorer in the Bundesliga. He is a player who I just go back to and think he's changed this save. We would have still been at United and probably challenged him for a title if it hadn't been for him leaving for Wolfsburg. Maybe we should be grateful to John for that. But let's go and have a look at this game today. Where we sit in the competitions at the moment, 3 clear in the Bundesliga with Bayern away to come and top of the Champions League group phase. But if we lose this one, conceivably, we could fall out of the top 8. I don't know, though, if the other fixtures allow that. When you consider that some have started poorly and are now on their way back up, City have only got 5 points and have only won against us. There's a couple of others that are struggling a bit too. I really don't know what to prioritise here. I feel we can throw away this Barca game and still get through in the top 8, if I'm being honest. We've got Pogon, who are the Polish side, to come at home. I don't think their league is loaded anymore. No, it's one of the ones we took off later in the save. They're not doing very well. They're losing a lot of games 4-0, and I think we could probably beat them with a rotated side. Roma at home, I would trust us to beat, even though they're a pretty good side in Serie A. They're 5th at the minute. So I think maybe we let people go for this one and trust that we can beat Bayern at the weekend, or at least put up a fight and get a result. So let's go and get through to the fixture selection. Of course, we did play our backup team against Paderborn on Saturday, so it's not going to be as simple as just playing the reserves. We're going to have to mix and match a bit and try and be clever. So let's go and pick our team. Any familiar names for Barcelona? They've got George Webster, an Englishman who wasn't quite good enough for the national team squad. They've also got Traore at centre-half, who you may remember. We actually managed him, I think, at Crystal Palace. We did. At that point, he wasn't good enough to get in our team, but has become a very good pro at 32. And then up front, Pedro Simoes. We've definitely come up against him. Yeah, he was at Chelsea and he scored goals galore for them. So they've got a good side as well. I'd normally expect us to be competitive, but maybe not with the team I'm going to put out today. Back in a minute to run through the 11. Well, this definitely qualifies as a gamble and a risk, but I feel it's one worth taking. We have gone for a fully rotated side where possible today. Just Joaquin, Van der Pluim and Steinker and Smith the keeper are first teamers that are starting. Cardon is also in because Sniper is back on the bench. Says he can do half an hour, but after last time we'll be careful. Hopefully he can start at the weekend. but otherwise it's as rotated as it can be. We're trying to make sure that we stay competitive, we don't get an embarrassing result for morale, but also knowing that Saturday is very much the priority for fitness. Only having 3 first-teamers in outfield positions also means we can take them off later if need be. If the game's either won or lost, we can do it. And if it's close, we probably will anyway. So this is the 11 we've gone for. Elijah Smith, the ever-present in goal. Steinker and Van der Pluim are the fullbacks because we've got no real backup left-back. We did give a rare start to one of the US youngsters from the youth team at the weekend, but he's not eligible for the Champions League. Allbear's picked up an injury, so can't play on the right. Otherwise, it's basically a full backup squad. We've got Van der Pluim and Steinker at fullback with Gator and Hakuraj centre-half. Santos and Joaquin the midfield too. Carden the man ahead of them. And then Gruznov and Olizola behind Mugnai through the middle. Let's go and submit the team for this one. A few players that can probably come off the bench if need be. But if the game's done, we'll just bring on the youngsters and we'll accept defeat on this occasion. We've got to manage the squad for the big occasions. And I feel this is one of the rare opportunities I've really got to rotate. Albeit it's away at the Nou Camp. Let's go and get into it, see how we get on. Well, 3 changes for Barcelona. They've got Neil Walters on the bench as well. Another one that was on the fringes of our England side. The big question now is how stupid am I about to look? Let's go and get this team picked. I want you to put on a show. We're not going to be positive from the start. We're not going to put you through the music either. Let's get through the tunnel interview. We'll be back for the first half highlights. Well, identical to the last episode, we're back within a minute for a first highlight of the game. And again, it's our opponents that are attacking. Last time Arsenal nearly scored against us. This time Barcelona the same. We get away with it as the touchline tablet is going nuts again. Let's get that back where it should be. And into the rest of the first half where hopefully things will now calm down. Well, I've just noticed that Bayern Munich are at Bournemouth and there has been a very key injury early on for them there. Pierre, their skipper, has gone off in the first 10 as Elijah Smith makes a great double save for us. It's behind for a corner kick. I'm kind of umming and ahhing about this game. I want to be frustrated that we've not started well, but ultimately, if we avoid injuries and embarrassment here, I'm pretty happy with the night's work. Give me a 2-1, 3-1 defeat. Make sure we don't get any injuries and I'm okay with it. You can see that Barcelona are pasting us on the pitch. 11 shots in 15 minutes. Bayern have gone one up at Bournemouth. That is perhaps the worry, which is the respective effect of the morale of us losing and them winning. But at the moment, we're not losing. We're clinging on for a 0-0. Albeit Barcelona are dominant as Elijah Smith tips it over. Nearly called them Bayern Munich, going 10 minutes early in this episode. As Ayan has got a corner kick, his set-piece delivery has been good. The last one just over the bar, but Gaita heads this clear, and Cardon will get out to it. There is experience on the pitch, so we can deal with this backs-to-the-wall stuff. We've just got to make sure we stay solid. They've got a physical advantage, they're good in the air, but we're weathering the storm at the moment. If we can hold on for now, then at half-time, we can reevaluate and bring on a couple of big ones. Elijah Smith makes a really good hold from the corner again. With 5 to the break, despite being outclassed, it is still 0-0 at the Nou Camp. And here come Barcelona again, free kick in our half where we have every one of our players at the moment defending. And Barcelona doing what they do, keeping the ball well. Traore, our former Palace man, setting up an attack for them. I am back to Ficini, good ball to Felipe. 1-0 Barcelona, and boy has that been coming. How many chances did it take them to score? A very good Barcelona goal, a very classic Barcelona goal. And at half-time we'll be 1-0 down, and may I say, deservedly so. I am going to give the lads a bit of kick up the backside because it's not been a good performance, by the way. Show me you can do something more than that. We'll give it 10 or 15 minutes, and again, I've got to make a big decision about whether we chase this game or just rest people for the weekend, but we can, if we want to, throw on some of the big guns. And here we are again, just before the hour mark, as Gruznov on the right-hand side has given away possession. He's not had a good game. He's just coming back from injury himself. He's not looked match fit, to be honest. And at the moment, there is no stemming of the tide, so I think we might make some subs. It's whether I take off our first teamers. Steinker's on a yellow at right back. He's not the most naturally fit. Van der Pluim is. I'm not as worried about him. Joaquin I'm a bit more concerned about. And I also want to get a bit of firepower on up front. So I think what we're going to do here, I'm going to take Steinker and Joaquin off, and then I'm going to go for 3 big hitters in attack. So let's see what we can do with it. We have got Nkili who can come on for Joaquin. He will stay on that side. In fact, I think we can leave it the same. Steinke is going to be replaced by Nlapo, and we'll put Hakuraj out to right back. We're then going to look at the front three, and we're going to make big changes, I think. We're going to go for Koomson, Canales, and Sniper, and I've got to work out how. We're going to go Mugnai off for Canales. We're going to go Olaizola off for Sniper, with Cardon going out left. And then we're going to bring Gruznov off for Koomson, who's back fit as well. And don't forget here, Sniper, who is our best player, has not played more than 20 minutes of a game since maybe early October now. He had 2 6-week injuries in succession with just 1 appearance in between. And if we can get him back fit and firing for the weekend, it would be one hell of an effort. We've got 20 minutes to go. Only Van der Pluim is really being risked physically now. And aside from that, we should be alright for the weekend with a relatively narrow 1-0 defeat tonight. Plitko has ended the Bayern Munich happiness as well. He has stopped that morale push by getting a 1-1 draw for them. And we lose 1-0 away at the Nou Camp. I'm fairly happy with that. It's damage limitation. The performance wasn't great. But now we focus on Saturday. Everyone, bar maybe the left back, should be fresh. And hopefully a good performance will follow. Well, it's time to answer the big question. Is our midweek gamble going to pay off? We've got Znaiba, who can do 45 minutes. I haven't decided if that'll be as a sub or from the start yet. But for now, let's go and get into the Bayern game. 3 points as a reminder, separate us at the top. If we win, we're 6 clear. If we draw, we're still top. If we lose, Bayern will take the lead. Let's go and get through to the tactical meeting. How many players are available? It should be pretty good after what we had in midweek. Yep, everyone virtually is fit. Van der Pluim has made it. And now it's just a decision on Sniper. Back in a minute when I've made it. Well, I've decided there's no point in taking a risk today because there's going to be other chances. Consistency will be key. We've only got this game and the Bayer Leverkusen one next week before the mid-season break. There's no point Sniper breaking down again. Let's just build up his fitness, get some friendlies in the middle that he can play in, and then have him back to full speed for the restart. So that means we're back to our full 11 with him as the exception. Smith stays in goal, the fullbacks stay the same, and Larpo and Merville back at centre-half. And Keeley and Wacky in the midfield too. Of course, Keeley didn't play in midweek. Cardon does keep his place as a result of that, with Koomson and Mulder off Canales up front. All 3 of those should be a bit fresher now. The heavy match load is catching up. The fact that we've not got that bigger squad and we've had a lot of injuries is catching up too. The number 10 from the youth team picked up yet another injury after playing for the first team. So I think at the moment, it's stumble into the break with as many points as possible and then just hoping the January window goes well. Let's go and submit the team for this one. Anything other than a defeat is a very good result. And it's 4 changes for Bayern Munich, who still have stars in the shape of Endrick and Musiala. They've also got Esnort as centre-half. Kazaz scored the equaliser against us last time, and Nagelsmann is in charge. However, the captain, Pierron, is out after his midweek injury, and a few others have dropped down due to fatigue. So let's get through the dressing room, get the lads to prove a point. We're going to drop to balance because we can't dominate them on the road, but hopefully we can keep them at bay. Well, we're back just 2 minutes in, which is not normally a good sign. When we've seen early highlights in other games, it hasn't been in our favour, has it? As Yoldi gets the ball to Ferreira and Arboras. He brings it forward to Endrick, still going strong in his early 30s here. Arboras back to his centre-half, big ball over. Scotter picks it up in the number 10. It's a great reverse pass to Endrick and Diallo. Goalkeeper in no man's land. And we need VAR to save us, but from what I could see, it looked fine. Diallo, please do us a favour. Goal awarded. It is a real problem. Another poor start. We're very good in the middle of games, just poor at the start and the last half an hour. We could sort that out, we might be alright. As Cardon's at the other end, set piece in. Koomson up in the air, and Keeley's in. How has he missed that from a yard? Could have got straight back on terms, but as it stands, we've got Bayern Munich going back to the top of the table. And although we've got them at home later in the year, at the moment, this is an infuriating start, though. We are on the front foot a bit more now, with Mulder getting the ball from his Dutch teammate, and he's been released by Canales into Cardon. Oh my word, it's a great chance. You can't miss those. We've now got the better expected goals. We've had 2 good chances. We've not taken either of them. It's a bruised knee for Nlapo. We'll keep an eye on him, as Endrick has almost curled one into the top corner. Elijah Smith makes a stunning save, but it's still a Bayern Munich corner. We've got to be careful. Hendrick with a chance to cross it. Into the front post. Nearly an own goal there from Nkili. Tried to block the shot, almost rifled it in his own corner. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Hendrick with a corner kick. Another one in swinging. Outswinging, sorry, to the back post. And Nkili clears. Only as far as Kazaz. It's back in. Looked like it might have been a foul. Nothing given. Back out to the edge of the box. We survive it. At this point, we need to get the half-time at 1-0 because we have had an even share of this game. We've had a couple of chances. We've not really looked like scoring. Cardon has picked up a knock now as well. And at half-time, I think that's the sign I need. Cardon is going to be replaced. And we all know who's coming on. Sniper, our best player. Have you got 45 minutes of fitness and good football in you? How quickly can you get back to your best? We've competed despite you being out most of the season. Now, can you add that little bit of stardust? Well, 5 minutes gone in the second half. It's a Bayern free kick, which is not really headed away. It's another bicycle kick. We never see those highlights, and now we've had 2 in 2 or 3 episodes. Very weird. The Steinker's coming out from the right. He's giving it away. Oh, we're just getting outdone by the one side that are better than us here. And unfortunately, I don't think we're getting anything. In they go behind again with Scotta. That is just over the bar. If Sniper was fit, we'd maybe have that creative spark, but we've not got the player who can unleash a through ball, who can put a teammate in. We've just not got that out-and-out quality fully fit. And now we're struggling with fatigue a bit as well. And Lapo is struggling a tad. We're going to have to take him off, I think. He's going to be replaced by Gaita. Koomson has had a stinker, but again, he's only building his fitness back after injury too. He's going to be replaced by Mugnai. And then we're going to take off Joaquin, who's struggling with physicality. He's going to be replaced by Johansson. And Keeley will switch sides with him. And then we've got Canales having a poor game too. But for now, I'm going to leave it as it is. Elijah Smith, not in the best of form today. But can we get one more bit out of the lads? Do we stick or twist? Do we go for it? I think we will with 10 to go. We'll push forward and try and get a win. We don't know how important the goal difference side is. But we are going positive. Back to our normal game. And hopefully Bayern late on will allow us to nick one. As Mulder flies in. Could have been a red that. But he got the ball back and now it's going to be one. He went for it twice. Mulder's sent off. I mean, what do I need to say about the big game curse? I've covered it 6,000 times across the 2 episodes. They keep giving me links back to my superstitions videos, don't they, in the eye above? But, oh, it's every time there's a big game. There just has to be a stupid red card. I think it's legally required in this save. What are we going to do as a result of that? I think we're going to go Sniper back into the holding role because I don't really have an alternative. And Keeley will come off from the left-hand side. And we'll bring on Olaizola, who is basically the only senior option out there. It's not likely to lead to a good result now. We'll drop back to balance. We'll try and hold for 1-0. Because in the end, this might be a good result come the end of the season. Scotta gets the ball in behind. Merville intercepts for Van der Plume. It's out to Olaizola. If we could nick a point with 10 men, it'd be remarkable. But stringing 2 passes together might be a more urgent priority. De Bruyne puts his shot wide. But again, we've gifted an opportunity. It's exactly what happened in the cup game against them. And this time we've done it, but with the red card curse again. It's a corner kick for Bayern Munich into the front post. Great save, Smith. Brilliant goalkeeping to tip that wide. And Bayern are now wiping the floor with us. We are very lucky it's 1. As Lopez will put the corner in. 4 minutes have been added. I'd quite like to just see them out and take the 1-0 now. I should have played the first team against Barca, shouldn't I? As it's a long ball forward, headed away. 90 seconds to go. Can we make one more chance on the counter? More likely to be the other way. But Van der Plume finds Johansson. Up to Mugnai. That's got to be a foul. He's not even given a free kick. What are you doing, referee? It's 2-0 at the other end. Oh, this league is rigged. Forget the red card. That was a clear foul. You'll never see a clearer one than that. They're blaming Elijah Smith for the goal again. That's pathetic. I mean, that is clearly a foul every day of the week. Let's get through the dressing room. A very frustrating episode. And again, we've played 2 of the best sides in Europe on the road and we've just come up short. The red card curse delivers again. The second goal was a joke in terms of the foul. But we've got to bounce back. We're level on points with Bayern with half the season gone. We've not had our star player fit for most of it. If you'd offered us that at the start of the year, we would have taken it. We're still in a Bundesliga title race. We're well involved in the Champions League. We have got a great chance of having a memorable and glorious season, and we can't let it slip on a bit of frustration. Let's go and have a look at the schedule, see when we're going to be back. Well, I'm already looking at the fact that the reverse fixture is the penultimate day of the season. It could be a big old finish in this Bundesliga title race, but for now, we are going to get through to the end of January. We'll be back for transfer deadline day with our new director of football at our new club, and we will also play Hoffenheim, the side that I think finished second last year, on the 4th of February as well. They're having a slightly worse year this year, but they have worked their way back up to third. But they are a very good team, so will definitely be one of our biggest remaining tests away from home. If you're looking forward to that and enjoyed my disappointment today, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Question of the day down in the comments: can we keep Sniper fit for half a season, or are we going to have to try and do this without our star man? If we win a Bundesliga, I will be thrilled, but that looks a long way off at the minute. We are still level on points at the top, but goal difference is getting away again. Hopefully January goes well and there's another big addition to the squad. If you want to stay up to date and find out if there is one, then subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We'll be back here in a couple of days' time after the Builder Nation returns tomorrow. We've got one of the biggest games you could possibly have in that save, so it's definitely one not to miss. In the meantime, there's also links to the top 3 superstitions in the eye above. Oh, the red car curse strikes again. And I reacted to some of yours at the weekend, which you can find up there too. There's also links to the Twitch channel and the football podcast as well. And anything else you can't find is down in the description below. But thank you for watching. I appreciate the support as always. And I'll see you back here in a couple of days' time for deadline day. Hopefully a peaceful one and a big away test at Hoffenheim.